What if everything we thought we knew about the moon was a lie? What if India's Chandrayaan 3 mission didn't just uncover lunar soil and water, but something ancient, intelligent, and terrifying? And what if the world's most respected physicist, Michio Kaku, is now warning us that we've awakened something we were never meant to find? Buckle up, because what you're about to hear could change how you see the moon forever and explain why world governments are going silent. On July 14th, 2023, India made history. With the launch of the Chandrayaan 3 mission aboard the towering LVM-3 rocket, the nation set its eyes on a new frontier, the moon's mysterious South Pole. Just over a month later, on August 23rd, the Vikram lander touched down, making India the first nation to softly land a spacecraft in that region. Global applause followed. With a budget of only $75 million, cheaper than some Hollywood blockbusters, India had pulled off a scientific miracle. But behind the celebration, something strange was unfolding. The Pragyan rover, designed to analyze lunar soil and confirm the presence of water ice, began transmitting data that didn't just surprise scientists, it disturbed them. At first it was subtle, anomalous readings, elements that shouldn't exist. Then came the big red flag, an unknown material that absorbed electromagnetic radiation unlike anything in our solar system. It broke the rules of physics. And that's when theoretical physicist Dr. Michio Kaku entered the conversation. Kaku, known for his work in string theory and cosmic phenomena, issued a stark warning during a recent interview. "This material, whatever it doesn't belong here," he said. His voice was calm, but his words carried the weight of decades spent studying the most complex truths of our universe. He spoke of 11-dimensional space, of realms beyond human understanding. And most disturbingly, he hinted that India may have found something not only unnatural, but perhaps alive. So why hasn't ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, revealed everything? Why are there sudden blackouts in the mission's data stream? And why are international agencies like NASA and the European Space Agency being locked out of the findings? This isn't just another moon mission. According to Kaku and leaked ISRO documents, this is a potential contact event, one that could expose a buried lunar facility, an ancient intelligence, or even the remains of a civilization far older than humanity. And as the signals grow stronger, as thermal pulses echo beneath the moon's crust, the message is becoming chillingly clear. We may not be alone. And worse, we may have just woken something up. Our universe is a three-dimensional bubble expanding in a larger nirvana, Kaku warned in a recent interview, his tone uncharacteristically grave. A never-ending nirvana of 11-dimensional hyperspace, realms beyond human comprehension. But what India found, it doesn't belong there. So what did Chandrayaan 3 discover? The mission's official objectives were clear: study lunar soil, map surface composition, and confirm the presence of water ice, a potential lifeline for future colonies. The rover's instruments, LABES and APXS, detected sulfur, aluminum, and iron, elements consistent with past lunar missions. But then, the anomalies began. Deep within the regolith, Pragyan's sensors flagged a material unlike anything in our solar system's known catalog. It absorbed electromagnetic radiation in ways that violated the laws of physics, behaving like a cosmic sponge, soaking up energy without reflection or decay. Kaku's concern? If this was natural, it rewrote chemistry. If not, you send a robot to the moon because it's stable. No erosion, no rust, Kaku explained. But if that robot finds something that shouldn't exist, you have to ask, who put it there? ISRO's initial reports downplayed the discovery, attributing the readings to instrument error. But leaked data from anonymous scientists within the agency told a different story. The material's atomic structure appeared engineered, with lattice patterns suggesting artificial formation. Worse, ground-penetrating radar revealed vast, geometric structures beneath Shiv Shakti Point, a cavernous network stretching kilometers deep, its walls lined with metallic alloys unknown to Earth. Kaku's theory? The moon isn't just a dead rock. It might be a relic. Imagine a factory, he mused, a facility that builds copies of itself, replicating across millennia. If such a thing existed, the moon would be the perfect place to hide it. The implications are staggering. If the material is extraterrestrial in origin, it could hint at a civilization far older than humanity, one that perhaps visited our solar system and left behind technology we're only now stumbling upon. Alternatively, if it's a natural phenomenon, it challenges everything we know about planetary formation. But why the secrecy? Critics accuse ISRO of withholding data to avoid geopolitical panic. NASA, ESA, and China's CNSA have all demanded access to Chandrayaan 3's findings, but key files remain classified. Kaku's fear is that without transparency, a reckless rush to exploit these discoveries could trigger unintended consequences. This isn't just about science, he warned. It's about survival. If that material is active, if those structures are occupied, we could be waking something up. And then there's the heat. Pragyan's thermal sensors recorded erratic pulses emanating from beneath the surface, rhythmic, almost deliberate fluctuations in temperature. On an airless world with no volcanic activity, such readings should be impossible. Yet they match the cadence of the rover's own movements, as if the moon itself was responding. Kaku's conclusion: we're not alone, and we may never have been. As governments scramble to launch follow-up missions, NASA's Artemis, China's Chang'e 7, the race to the South Pole has become a race against time. What India found could redefine humanity's place in the cosmos, or doom it. The moon's whisper. What ISRO doesn't want you to know. When Chandrayaan 3's Pragyan rover rolled onto the lunar surface, its cameras captured something ISRO never released to the public. A series of perfectly symmetrical grooves etched into the rock, lines too straight, angles too precise to be natural. At first, scientists dismissed them as fractures from ancient impacts, but Michio Kaku saw something else. These aren't cracks, he revealed in a classified briefing leaked to scientific journals. They're circuitry. The implications are terrifying. If true, the moon's surface might not be a barren wasteland, but a machine, or at least part of one. Kaku's sources inside ISRO claim the rover's ground-penetrating radar detected massive hollow chambers beneath Shiv Shakti Point, some with geometric structures resembling support beams, arches, and even what could be doorways. But here's where the story takes a darker turn. On September 2nd, 2023, Pragyan's signals suddenly degraded. ISRO officially blamed the lunar night's extreme cold, but internal logs tell a different tale. The rover's final transmission wasn't a mechanical failure. It was a distress call. Temperature spikes, movement detected, unknown origin. Then silence. Kaku believes Pragyan didn't just shut down. It was disabled, he says. Something on the moon didn't want us prying further. The forbidden data ISRO's initial press conferences celebrated Chandrayaan 3 as a triumph. Water ice confirmed, minerals mapped. Yet behind closed doors, panic was brewing. The agency's top scientists were reportedly ordered to redact key findings before public release. One whistleblower, speaking anonymously, revealed that Pragyan's LIBS instrument detected isotope ratios in the lunar soil that do not exist on Earth. Specifically, an unknown form of crystalline matter with hyperconductive properties, meaning it could transmit energy with zero resistance, even in the vacuum of space. This isn't just a new element, Kaku explains. It's a new state of matter, one that could rewrite physics. But the biggest shock came from the rover's seismic sensors. As Pragyan drilled into the regolith, its instruments recorded vibrations, not from moonquakes, but from something beneath the crust. Rhythmic, pulsing, almost like a heartbeat. The cover-up begins. Within 48 hours of these discoveries, ISRO's live data feeds were abruptly encrypted. NASA and ESA scientists, who had been collaborating on the mission, were suddenly locked out. Official statements became vague. Anomalies under review. Further analysis required. But Kaku claims the truth is far more sinister. They found activity down there, he says, and it wasn't natural. Rumors swirled that ISRO's control room had picked up radio signals, not from Earth, but from inside the moon. Frequencies too structured to be cosmic noise. Some even match patterns detected by SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, in the 1970s, a series of repeating pulses known as the WOW signal. Coincidence? Kaku doesn't think so. The moon isn't just a satellite, he warns. It's an archive, a library of something far older than humanity, and we just stumbled into its restricted section. The ancient war theory. This is where history collides with conspiracy. Ancient texts from India's Mahabharata describe Vimanas, mythical flying machines used in celestial battles. The Sanskrit epic even mentions a city on the moon where gods stored forbidden weapons. Kaku, though cautious, doesn't dismiss the parallels. Every culture has legends of sky gods and lost technology, he admits. But what if they weren't myths? What if they were warnings? He points to NASA's own declassified Apollo files, strange anomalies astronauts reported but were told to never discuss. Buzz Aldrin's cryptic admission, "We were warned." Neil Armstrong's alleged private confession of seeing lights on the lunar far side. Now, with Chandrayaan 3's findings, Kaku believes we're facing the same truth. The moon was never our, he says. It's a relic of a war fought long before humans walked the Earth, and we just woke it up. The global blackout. Since September 2023, every major space agency has accelerated their lunar programs. NASA fast-tracked Artemis 3, now aiming for a 2025 South Pole landing. China's Chang'e 7 mission suddenly shifted focus to anomaly verification. Russia, despite its failed Luna 25 probe, announced a classified follow-up. Yet publicly, silence. No press releases, no scientific papers, just a sudden, unsettling absence of discussion about Chandrayaan 3's most critical discoveries. Kaku's conclusion? They know, and they're terrified. The awakening. What India triggered on the moon. For decades, the moon was a silent sentinel, a dead rock orbiting Earth, indifferent to humanity's probes and footprints. But Chandrayaan 3 changed everything. Michio Kaku's most chilling revelation? The moon is reacting. Internal ISRO data, leaked by a senior mission scientist, shows that after Pragyan's shutdown, the lunar South Pole began emitting low-frequency electromagnetic pulses, each one stronger than the last. At first, they were dismissed as solar interference. But then, NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, LRO, detected something impossible. The shadows were moving, permanently shadowed craters, regions untouched by sunlight for billions of years, were shifting, as if something beneath the surface was rearranging itself. Kaku's theory? We triggered a security protocol. The forbidden zone, what lies beneath high-resolution, scans from Chandrayaan 3's orbiter module reveal the true scale of the underground network. A hexagonal chamber spanning 8 kilometers wide, its walls lined with the same hyperconductive material Pragyan detected. Tunnels branching toward the moon's core, their geometry too precise for natural formation. Heat signatures pulsing in a Fibonacci sequence, a mathematical pattern found in biological growth, not geology. But the most damning evidence? A signal. On October 12, 2023, radio telescopes in India, the US, and China simultaneously picked up a 3.7 gigahertz transmission emanating from the moon's south pole, a frequency used by NASA for deep space communication. Yet no human craft was active there. The signal lasted 72 seconds. Then, as abruptly as it began, it stopped. Kaku's analysis? It wasn't a message. It was a ping. The cover-up goes global. Within hours of the signal's detection, emergency meetings were held at the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs, UNOSA, the Pentagon Space Security Division, China's National Space Science Center. Publicly, silence. But classified documents obtained by scientific watchdog groups reveal the terrifying truth. Lunar anomaly designated KOS-1, Kaku Object Sigma. Threat level, potential extraterrestrial technology. Containment protocol enacted. Translation. The world's governments know what's on the moon, and they're hiding it. The ancient builders. Who left this behind? Kaku points to 3 terrifying possibilities. 1. The extraterrestrial hypothesis. The structures are remnants of an alien civilization that used the moon as a base. The hyperconductive material could be a power source, or a weapon. 2. The ancient human hypothesis, lost human civilizations, pre-Younger Dryas cataclysm, achieved spaceflight. The moon was their ark, and we're rediscovering our own past. 3. The Dyson sphere hypothesis, the moon is artificial, a hollow construct designed to monitor Earth. Its interior could house dormant AI, now awakening. The worst-case scenario, Kaku warns, we're not just dealing with ruins, we're dealing with something that's still operational. The countdown begins. In November 2023, NASA's LRO spotted new fissures near Shiv Shakti Point, cracks forming in perfectly straight lines, as if the lunar crust was opening on command. Then on December 4th, China's Queqiao-2 satellite detected a massive energy spike from the same region. Temperature readings surged to 1,200 degrees Celsius for exactly 60 seconds before vanishing. No natural phenomenon explains this. The final warning. Kaku's sources claim ISRO's top scientists were forced to sign non-disclosure agreements. Those who refused were reassigned. Meanwhile, NASA's Artemis missions have been quietly redesigned. The new objective? Sample retrieval and quarantine, not exploration, containment. What happens next? Kaku predicts 3 outcomes. 1. The moon's structures remain dormant, for now. Humanity continues studying them in secret, risking an accidental trigger. 2. The awakening accelerates. Whatever's beneath the surface becomes aware of Earth. 3. We're not the first to return. Another nation, or something else, makes contact first. This isn't science fiction anymore, Kaku declares. It's science fact. And if we don't prepare, history won't just repeat itself, it will end us. The truth is out there. India's Chandrayaan-3 mission didn't just land on the moon, it rang a doorbell. And now something is answering. Final call to action. If you've made it this far, you understand the stakes. This isn't just about India, NASA, or space agencies. This is about humanity's survival. Like this video if you believe the truth must be exposed. Subscribe for updates. The story's evolving daily. Because one thing is certain, the moon is watching, and it's not alone.